Hey guys, good afternoon. Leo here. I'm coming at you live from my favorite picnic bench here at school, where I sometimes come to soak up some sun and also spend some time in prayer and meditation and try and connect with God. The thing I wanted to talk about today relates to a couple of different videos that I've been watching and kind of digesting. The first is an Earl Nightingale video where he talks about our self-image and how important it is to visualize a positive self-image for ourselves and to start having the thoughts that we would be having or the beliefs that we'd be having when we're the person that we want to be. So to start kind of future visioning ourselves already as that person and start acting that way, start behaving that way, start having those thoughts. And this is really hitting me because I know that I often don't do this, and I often resort to negative self-talk and kind of keep myself limited. And so this is something I'm going to be working on. I'll include the link to that video below. It's a long one, and that part that I'm referencing kind of occurs right in the middle of the video, so keep that in mind if you go to look at it. The second one is actually a conversation that occurred with Oprah and Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith, where she was interviewing him. And during the middle of the presentation, he raised some interesting questions that I liked and I jotted down around, again, if you're in a spot where you're wanting to be better than you are currently, so you're looking to improve, some questions that you could be asking yourself in order to do that. So in no particular order, I'm just going to list out some of those thoughts or some of those questions that he had. So the first one here is just remembering that your potential is always bigger than the problem. And I really like this because it allowed me to kind of draw back and see, oh yeah, that's right. Sometimes I get overwhelmed by the problem, or I get too inundated by the problem or into the minutia, and taking a step back to remember that, I'm a child of God, and I have a powerful soul that can create amazing things if I truly allow it to do so and engender it to do so. So just remembering that as I go about any daily efforts or things that I'm getting involved in. So that was one. The second one is asking yourself the question, what if? So these were what if questions that he was putting forward. And this one was, what if God really is on my side? So, what if you can put yourself in that framework, like, wow, God really does love me, and God really does care for me, and God really does want to help me and see me benefited, then what if God really is on my side? Then what does the picture look like? And then, what immeasurable resources do I have behind me, and confidence do I have? And how can I proceed forward then with those aspects under my belt? So that was a good one. I like that one. And I do feel God to be on my side. I forget that it sometimes, but I do feel God to be on my side. And it ties in with one of my favorite expressions I always try and remind myself of, and I mentioned it before, but it's things are always working out for me. So remembering that there's always positive things, and things are always working out for me. There's forces greater than myself trying to help, benefit, and guide me. The other one kind of ties in, actually, it's a good segue. It's what if everything is working together for my good? So what if the universe is working together for my good? What if my guides, other spirits, spiritual forces, God, are all working together for my good and for my improvement, my spiritual growth? And then the last one is a focus kind of on, how would you do things different if you were in a different frame of mind, or if the situation were different? And it's a question that comes up in many different forms, but the way he put it was, what if all my needs were met? Then what would I be doing in my life? You've probably heard it asked a different way. What if money was no object? Then what would I be doing? It allows you to kind of put yourself in that perspective of, if you weren't in kind of a rat race or a scramble, or if you can get yourself out of that limited thinking, then what would you really be doing with your life? What would you be focusing on? What would you be trying to accomplish? Where would you be putting your energy? And I think it's a good question to come back to and remind yourself of, and to spend time pondering. So I think that's it for today. I'll include the links below. If you like it, subscribe, and leave me your comments if you have them. Thanks. Bye.